I was born with these abilities. It was quite an issue for me growing up, and a lot of times people who have abilities like mine, you'll hear that they may have gotten in a car accident and been in a coma, at which point they come back and they all of a sudden are able to perceive things that most people can't perceive. I was not one of those. I came in with my abilities fully intact.
How do you see events unfolding on Earth over the course of the next, 5 to 10 years?
It's going to be as we've experienced it, only on crack this time, meaning that because the buffer time is disappearing, we're going to get much more dramatic polarity. So we're going to see much more exciting stories, meaning that you turn on the news and what you'll see is like the most amazing of the most amazing, but also the worst of the worst. So
yeah.
The stories are going to get worse and the stories are going to get better, and there's not going to be very much in between.
Those are pretty extraordinary claims. And the proof? Well, it's always been less than extraordinary.
There is this transcendent idea that we can somehow transcend the here and now and connect the other side. There's no evidence that there is such a thing, but if somebody claims that there is, that pretty much is all that's needed.
Like how many beings could you say that are part of this organization that you speak of? I mean, I know that's a limited concept, but
at any given time on planet Earth, there's probably 100,000 from this one organization that we're a part of.
Oh, okay. And it would be an alliance of sorts of, Pleiadians, Arcturians, etc.
The best way to think of it is like, this is so sci-fi, but it's the only way that I have to explain it.
Okay.
It's a little bit like an intergalactic Greenpeace.
Yeah.
You know how Greenpeace on physical Earth, there's many people from many different countries that join Greenpeace and participate in Greenpeace.
Mm-hmm.
If you could look at this on a species level instead of a race level, there are multiple different species, extraterrestrial species, that choose to join up with this organization and go to wherever the place is in the universe which is needed the most.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, ironically, it's always the place which is heralding the most expansion in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that's Earth.
Yeah.
In my own work, I daily come upon persons who have no knowledge whatsoever about the simplest of scientific ideas, and even less about the technology that has resulted from science. They adopt mystical ideas to explain what they experience, and that naivete makes them easy prey for others who can and will take advantage of them.
Are there still nefarious ETs that are coming to Earth?
Explain nefarious.
Good question. Ones with unloving intentions who are here simply out of who are these weird humans, and let's sort of dissect them and see what they're about, as opposed to having some kind of a benevolent purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, the human race is so focused on its own victimhoodness that it must be a match to something like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch a good deal of that. In fact, many of us who are here from this organization, that's kind of our dual purpose, is to prevent. I don't want to use the word prevent because we understand the law of attraction, and so you can't prevent anything that is invited. The invitation is based on individual focus. But part of our dual purpose here is to educate people so as to get them out of the vibrational range of those particular ETs. It's a holdover, but I mean they're misunderstood. I have to always preface it this way because we've made them monsters, and the reality is that the perspective of these particular beings is valid. What they are, most of the ones that we've been focusing on is the reptilians. And the thing is, they, as a species, are like universal flies. They clean up garbage.
Greatest enemy by far is ignorance. We have the weapons to defeat it, and we are increasingly able to do so. Teachers of the quality of Carl Sagan exist in every culture and every city and village, in every school and home all over this planet that we call home. To nourish those teachers, to encourage them, to assist and support them should be one of our greatest, our most important goals. When all people are armed with knowledge and can organize to oppose and banish hunger, poverty, disease, distress, and discouragement, those elements cannot flourish, And those are the demons of which Carl Sagan wrote and spoke.
So many people that I come across, they're true seekers. They're really engaged in discovering their own inner world, discovering who it is that they are distracted by the tremendous amount of stuff on YouTube, Bashar, Teal Scott, anyone who claims to be a channel or have contact with extraterrestrials or astral project or visit other dimensions. Sounds amazing, especially to the ego. The ego wants there to be that magical component to spirituality. It wants something that's entertaining. And what would be more entertaining than some beautiful extraterrestrial beings visiting you and giving their guidance? There is no guidance. A true master really just tears down all the patterns that the ego has built its world out of. It tears down all the conceptions, all the ideals, all the wrong beliefs, all the biases, all the bigotry.
When you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice.